Okay, what's going on, everybody? My name is Mangg. And today we're going to be playing some more Elden Ring, but a little differently. This is Elden Ring Reforged, which is a pretty big sort of overhaul mod. It doesn't drastically change the game as far as, it's someone could play Reforged from the start. Like the first time they're playing Elden Ring, they could just play Reforged, and they would have a pretty similar experience overall. But it does change quite a bit as far as certain mechanics. Basically, everything in the game has kind of been gone over with some adjustments made to try and rebalance things. And there's some new mechanics, there's some new spells, new weapons, new enemies, all sorts of just stuff like that. There's like timed blocking now called deflects. There's timed like attacks that you can do to sort of chain attacks more effectively. Spells have been changed, so now you have like basic spells that actually generate FP, and weapon attacks also generate FP. It's really an attempt to make Elden Ring but better. Does it succeed at that? That's hard to say, but it is a pretty popular overhaul. So I've played a little bit of it. I got to like level 40 or so. I beat Godric, and then I was like, you know what? I kind of want to try out like a different build. I was just doing a standard sort of hack and slash kind of sword and shield, but I was like, I want to try spell build or something like that. And then I thought back a long time ago. I had a little series called Mangg Souls Fire Sauce Edition, which was where I played through. At the time, it might have just been Demon Souls, Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 2. I think. I mean, this was ages ago. And the goal was to play through those three games only using fire spells. And I think I did eventually. I think I got stuck on Dark Souls 2 for quite a while. I want to say it was that. I don't even remember. God, I haven't played Dark Souls 2 in a long time. The Smelter Knight or whatever it was in the castle, the lava castle, where I tried to beat him using only fire, and it was just like, fuck this. But I think I did eventually finish that run. So anyways, I don't think I ever picked that up for Dark Souls 3. But I thought, it might be fun to try out doing a faith build using only fire spells or like black flame spells, anything that's vaguely fire with Elden Ring Reforged. And why not record it? So that's what we're going to be doing. So let's get into it. I have to delete an existing profile. I've got some old ass ones here, man. And some of these are not going to be played in again. Okay, so it does add a couple new classes. We have the Perfumer, who starts with perfume bottles. The Scout, who starts with a crossbow and some different bolts. And then the Gladiator starts with Kestises and the Talisman to increase their poise. And then finally the Guide, who starts with a finger seal, a sword, the Erdtree Favor Talisman, decent faith. We might go with the Guide, to be honest. Because our other option is the Confessor. Or the Prophet. The Prophet does start with the Talisman and increases incantation strength. So it's probably better, but for the sake of the fact that it's a new one with this mod, let's go with Guide. I'm sure that this is more intended on healing, though, and buffing. I guess, yeah, that's true. The prophet does probably start with offensive incantation. But it's probably not... I'm gonna Google it real quick. I wish it said, but... Oh, no, they start with Catch Flame. Okay. Then that kind of makes the decision for us. Unfortunately, we're gonna go with Prophet. And we named it Fire Sauce Edition because, one, we're using fire spells, and two, we've got Taco Bee. So, you know, Taco Bell has fire sauce. It all works. Trust me. Alright, let's just go with the Golden Seed, and, I'm fine with that. I don't really care. Okay. So as I said, we're not going to be fighting, like, drastically different bosses, or you know, we're not going to be finding... Yeah, it's not like a randomizer or something. There's not going to be all these different pickups and stuff. It's still pretty much Elden Ring. So there's not too much to go over just yet. Let's see how it goes. So, first thing you'll notice is that Catch Flame generates FP. It does not cost FP. So we actually also get Flame Sling, which does cost FP. There you go. And so that means that we don't need to ever use a weapon at all. We're never going to run out of FP and just be stuck with a weapon. Which is part of why I wanted to do this. So then I can do exclusively magic, which is fun. So we're going to go here, we're going to do that. We got raised power of incantations, which is great. And we can do that. Okay. So, the tutorial area is different. We're going to go ahead and do it. And you'll notice something different immediately. Our dodge roll... Actually, I don't even know if that is different, but I think it is. Actually, it is different, yes. So it's actually like a quick step sort of dodge. So that's when you're at lightweight. Another thing that you'll notice outside of like different UI and images and icons and stuff is that our equip load is at 100 right away. And that's because endurance no longer raises your max equip load. You can still get the talismans that raise your equip load to increase it a little bit, but otherwise everyone just has 100. So, there's that. So the tutorial here is a little different, and now we have these tests, basically. So it forces you to do what they tell you to. So the first test is quite simply just kill that guy. The second test, though, is based on crafting, and crafting has changed to be a bit more friendly, and I actually vastly like... I mean, I still am probably not going to use it, although when I was playing it before, I was using it a little bit, because it's just way more accessible. So now, say to make fire pots, you need 8 essential alchemics and 4 blazing substances. And you can make essential alchemics from all sorts of ingredients. So, row of fruit, one of those turns into 2 essential alchemics. 1 mushroom turns into 4. Okay, so we already have enough of that. And then blazing substances, again, can be made from multiple different things. But 1 smoldering butterfly will get you 9 of them. So we have more than enough to make a fire pot. And then you can just chuck a fire pot. Pretty simple stuff. Okay. So the test here is to find 3 of these rune pieces. Rune pieces aren't going to become relevant for a bit. We are going to have to find 20 of them before they become relevant. But these are obtained. You get 1 from killing basically every boss. You know, dungeon bosses, overworld bosses, whatever. And they're also randomly scattered across the world in hidden places. Ooh, that's the standard attack now of the finger seal. No longer do you just smack them with it. They're not gonna... Oh, there we go. So yeah, they're like random collectibles that you can find all over the place. And, hold on, let me finish. Once you get 20 of them, and you've beaten one of the first major bosses, you can then reforge them into these, like, fractured runes or something like that. And those basically raise your stats. So if you put 20 of them into strength, you get a strength 1 that raises your strength by 1 point permanently, or, you know, in your inventory. You can undo it so you can restore it back to 20 pieces and pick something else. But yeah, basically they just provide small stat buffs. And I think you can have up to +5 for each stat. So it's not a huge benefit, but it's a nice little bonus, and you're kind of always on the lookout for those little pieces. Okay, so this test is to do perfect attacks. And that's basically... So when I attack, you get that little white circle. And if you attack again, when that appears, you'll get that sound effect, that little red dot, and that's a perfect attack. So it does more stance damage, more damage, stuff like that. Like so. In practice, I find it a little hard. I'm not very good with this sort of system and getting the rhythm down in combat. But I think it's a cool system. Okay, it does appear. Yeah, again, I guess if you get the rhythm down for that, that could be pretty cool. That's interesting. Okay, so another very cool system we have is the fortune system, which is basically a class system. Like an actual class system, not like that starting class. So, there's a bunch of different fortunes. We start with 3 of them available to us. The Fortune of the Bold. So if we pick this, and you can change this as much as you want freely, you know, just by sitting at a grace. You can change this all the time. But this increases your max HP, slightly increases melee attack power, slightly increases guarding effectiveness, but slightly decreases your FP. Okay? So obviously, sword and board, or just any sort of melee, that's what they're going to go with. Cunning, this is you're gonna use ranged weapons or thrown items. Increases your max stamina, bow, crossbow, consumable item attack power, and increase the duration of buffs, but it slightly decreases your HP. And then for spell casting, you have Fortune of the Wise, increases max FP, slightly increased spell and catalyst attack power, slightly increased memory slots, but it slightly decreases stamina. So for right now, I mean, the choice is going to be pretty clear depending on your preferred playstyle and build. But down the line, we're going to get more and more fortunes that kind of blend things a little bit more or specify a little bit more and actually add sort of special mechanics. Like the Fortune of the Barbarian acts sort of like Bloodborne, where you you recover health by attacking. Okay, so this is the stealth test, where it's actually mandatory stealth. I don't like it, but it's also not a very difficult test. Ugh. Oh, God. Really? Spot it? Yeah, he turns quick. I'm trying to rush it, of course. I mean, personally, I think they could do without this. Just because, again, how often does stealth come up? But regardless, there you go. Okay. Alright, so deflects. This is the time blocking system. There's the normal deflect, which is that. And then there's a perfect deflect, which is right when it's about to hit you. It's pretty short window. But there you go. That's the... Like, that's not even connecting. Okay. There you go. So, I mean, obviously, perfect deflect works basically how it does in the DLC with that new hard tier. You take way less stamina damage, increases your guard block, and you do more damage on the counter. Okay, so the final test is not just a battle against the Knight of Godric. It's actually a sort of defensive maneuver test that is a little tricky, and they even say that, like, you don't have to do this. But basically, it goes over all the different ways to avoid damage. So the first one is jumping, which is in the base game. The second one, though, is new. Instead of a backstep, we now have a duck to go under these higher angled attacks. Oh, come on. I'm doing it way too late. It's not that strict. Oh, bullshit. Yeah, and he heals to full if you fuck up once. It's not a good sign, though. Okay. The third one is just moving. So standard, not even dodge rolling, not ducking, but just moving around an enemy to avoid their big wind-up attacks. This is not the difficult part. The difficult part is coming up, where we have to do all of these things through an extended boss battle. Okay. And then lastly is just classic dodging. But you can see how they kind of really set up this whole tutorial section like a first-time player would be playing. They don't set it out assuming that, okay, you've already played and beaten Elden Ring like 3 times. So I don't know if anyone has ever played this as their first experience, but I think you could. Okay, so yeah, we have to do all of the techniques now. And he doesn't heal to full if we fuck up, but he does heal. Yeah, fuck. It's just, the tells are pretty short, you know? So it's fairly easy to fuck up. And he starts going faster. Okay. Yeah, I did that really well, but that's because it took me many attempts, multiple attempts, the first time, so I got better. So your reward for doing that is the rune piece, the smithing stone. You get some new difficulties unlocked, and you get the brave set, and another rune piece. So not too shabby all around. Now, armor sets do actually have some extra benefits sometimes. Like, I think more so than base game. But the Prophet set has nothing. So we're fine. Okay, and with that, we can move on. So like I said, I mean, you know, the game kind of expects you to duck and jump and dodge. And I think certain enemies have been kind of tweaked to promote those concepts. I will say, fighting Godric, I did actually jump over his big, like earthquake attacks, whereas normally I never bothered, but it actually is pretty effective. Ducking, I don't know if I'll ever get the real hang of that and do it in combat, but I like that they removed the backstep at the very least.
Oh, come to the... Of course, unfortunately, without God, you are fake. Me. Are you familiar? You may also... That, it will leave even if...
So, yeah, pretty much everybody... The game is pretty much as normal. So this is... we're not going to be doing, like, a full, like, 80-part run, obviously. I'm certain I'll be doing some stuff on my own, just to level up and clear some stuff out. But I'm sure it'll be substantial enough. May as well level up the finger seal. Yeah, we can't level up yet. Yeah, so I mean, it's about as effective as any sword. And it doesn't cost us any FP. If we wanted to spend FP, though, we could do some flame slinging, which is pretty good. Oh, close there. Okay, good, good, good. Technically, that's not allowed because it's not a flame. But I guess, yeah, we can allow stuff that doesn't do damage, like heals. Oh, can you actually? Oh no, if you don't hit something with this, it doesn't regenerate. I guess that makes sense. Alright, let's sling some flames at the beast man. Fuck. Not great. They're flying right over him. Come on. Damage is not spectacular. Oh, another thing. If your guard gets broken, you now take 25% of your max health. Which is pretty bad. Makes perfect a flex even more important. Fuck. I will say that overall I have found the mod harder. Just because it punishes blocking and dodge rolling more than base. And for someone like me, that is largely what I do. So yeah, it's that's a little tricky for the very first mini boss. But yeah, I struggled with him with just sword and board. dodging. Now it takes a lot more stamina. So you should be jumping over some of these attacks and stuff. Fuck. Okay. Ha. Oh god, I can't even use catch flame. Greed. Well, we got him to half. Yeah, it's overall it's been more difficult. Godric took me a lot of attempts. At like level 40. Probably be slinging. Fuck! I forget how much he leaps with that. Okay, almost there. Don't get greedy. Don't get greedy now. Nice. Whew. Intense shit. Okay, well. Let's get to leveling up. So the fact that like everything has gotten a balanced run across it. I mean, I don't really know then like what spells are going to be good or not. So it's kind of interesting that we can just try out everything, see what we like. Is this... No, okay.
Have they, sir? But you, I can play turning root to aid you. You need to the foot. Then it summon me. Ah, I bequeath. It will summon torrent. Treat him with. Shall I let my hand share them with me?
Well,
Your thoughts.
Largely care about
Your
fate.
ambitions.
I don't want to get to that to like 80 pretty quickly. So she actually sticks with you the whole time. So that every time you press level up, she says that same thing, making it much more like the other Souls games, where you always have to talk to the woman. The lady, sorry. It'd be nice to get brass shield, of course. But I'd also accept this guy's shield. Okay. Another change is that these locations now, like these ruins and stuff, the way down to get like the treasure is not going to be open when you first arrive. Instead, you're going to have to check out these blue seals on the ground, which are not obviously always going to be right next to the way down. So you're going to have to find them, and then you have to activate them, which holds your character in place while you do it, and drains your FP while you do it. And I think it's implied that there sometimes can be more than one seal you have to activate. I'm not sure. Got him. Got his boots. So that one was very quick, just to teach you how the mechanic works, but the later ones will take much longer. Okay. Obviously, we don't have much use for affinities and Ash of War, although they did add some. I don't know how many they added, but I did see at least one new one during my brief time playing, which was Bestial, which was pretty cool. For one, it does extra damage to beasts, obviously. But also it has this mechanic where your attacks, successive attacks, like raise your attack power, but lower your defense. Like a beast, I guess. Because beasts are known for raising their attack power and lowering their defense. Got the Lord Sword, straight sword. Nice. This mod does support seamless co-op. That's actually how I first saw it, was a video by Iron Pineapple, who did a run with this and seamless co-op with a couple friends on like the hardest difficulty. And he really enjoyed it. More faith, more damage. so we could put Storm Stomp on our finger seal, I guess. But that's not fire, but maybe we could use a Fire Ash of Boar. Might be allowed. Yeah. Okay. So we want to get more spells. ASAP. And I actually do not know where a lot of spells are, so we're going to have to look these things up. We want anything fire. So let's see, what are we looking at here? The Fire Monk's Prayer Book. I think that's pretty... Yeah, that one's pretty easy to get. We can just go to Liurnia of the Lakes. The Fire Monk Camp. That is very easily accessible. Not quite as easy as you'd think, though. We do have to do something a little tricky. But I think that's going to be our goal. So let's... Also, I feel like Torrent is faster by default. He definitely feels faster. And there's a very fun item you can craft. I think we have to pick up the cookbook for it, but there's a little item you can craft, special seeds that give him a speed boost for like 30 seconds. While greatly reducing his damage negation. But if you're just sprinting through the map, you know, you don't normally care that much.
Everyone who only to have that, did you know? It's quite you're all like heading to entice well that, but I don't have. It's scary. I want to be on nothing but a craven.
She's just nothing but a craven.
And it'll be glad.
Okay, so we don't get the Spirit Calling Bell. We actually have to go buy that at the round table. But Spirit Ashes have also been changed. By default, when you summon Spirit Ashes, they do less damage, but they also don't ever taunt. They don't ever provoke the boss's aggro. However, you can use the item again, use the ash again, to enrage them. And then they will do more damage and taunt the boss for a limited time. Okay, so here's our little roadblock. And there is a fog wall, so we have to defeat this guy. The Fallen Cavalry. It wasn't much trouble on my other build, but I also had like a good shield and I could guard counter and stuff. But if he does shit like that, it's pretty easy. I think we can actually perfect attack combo that Flame Sling as well. Like trying to look for that little white circle on my hand while I'm in the middle of combat is just so tricky. I see it there though when I cast Flame Sling. There it is. There it is. Okay. Still risky though. And it's like, how many times are you really going to attack? More than once. Especially against, like, later bosses, DLC shit. Fuck. And currently, this mod does not support the DLC, so we won't be touching that. Oof. Look at this. There you go, some perfect attacks. Oof. Close for comfort. I think there's actually a perfect attack opening after I thought, which is wild. Greedy. Nice. Look at that. Thrilling stuff. And that gives you the no skill Ash of War. Important. And a rune piece. This might actually be... No, it was not it. Okay, I don't know which cookbook gives us those speed seeds. The speed seeds. You son of a bitch. Wasn't even worth it. There's a rune piece. So it's not like a massive boost, the rune pieces. It's not like we're trying to bum rush to get 20 pieces and beat Godric and stuff like that. It's literally like we would get +1 to our fate. So just don't sweat it. Pick them up when you see them. Things like that. Of the lakes. Easy. See? She just always shows up.
If you
Yeah, I mean, she does this anyways.
There is, but I can take gathering. Let my hand.
Sure, why not? Okay, grab that one. More fate. More fate. More flasks. Okay. Back to where we were. Map's a little different now. For one, you actually scroll faster across it, which is really nice. But it also shows you check marks, areas that you've like completed. So you've beaten the boss, or you've gotten the significant treasure there, things like that. Really insanely simple, easy feature that I can't believe is not in the base game. And to be honest, I think probably the devs are looking at mods like this and seamless co-op and being like, oh, these are probably good things that people do want. So I'm hoping that they see all this and make some improvements to whatever their next game is, Elden Ring 2 or whatever. Even that like fortune system I think is just really cool and just makes it a lot more interesting. Some extra little choices for your build. Okay, so we're not obviously going to do much here in Liurnia. Destroyed. Destroyed. That's why we're not going to do much in Liurnia. We're just going to be swooping by and picking up our prayer book. Fucking hell. Get up! Fucking... Why do they have to crowd around it so much? I don't even need it right now. I don't know why I care that much. Thank you. Okay, here's our goal. We may actually get dismounted here, by the way. Yep. And I can tell you why. Specifically to prevent what I was going to do, which is just run in and grab what I wanted. So now you kind of have to beat like the big enemies here, the big knights or monks or whatever it is. But I think we should... No, we can't get the chest. But we can still grab that. So the chest is going to contain, like... probably, like, the full Fire Monk armor set and maybe their weapon or something. So you don't actually have to farm for it. You just have to clear it once. Which is pretty nice. But we don't have to worry about that. We got what we wanted. It is a good point, though. Fire is not going to work against everything. So we're going to want to pick up the Godskin prayer book in Stormvale in order to get Black Flame. Okay. Well, we got the prayer book. I think ideally I'd like to give it to the turtle. But instead, we should be able to give it to this guy, right?
Oh, welcome. I teach and explore so that one ensuring... By the way, you do. Most time you are... Well? That. It's incantation. Very well.
Very well. I'll take it off your hands and teach you stuff from it. Okay, so we got Oath Flame. Momentarily sparks roaring flame from hand. Charging enhances potency. And we have Surge O Flame, the flamethrower. So we're probably going to want both of them. But that is pretty expensive. Yeah, we don't have anything close to that. But it's good to know.
You'll no matter how you...
At certain points, you unlock the ability to buy new stuff from these merchants. Like it just said that we unlock new purchases from the maid. Okay, so there's also the All-Knowing, Codex of All-Knowing, which is it's a bestiary, essentially. It lets you look at everything and sort of see their weaknesses. Obviously, you don't have anything, we just got it, but yeah, so you can see everything. Again, it's probably something that should be in the base game, but there you go. Alright, we want to buy the Spirit Calling Bell so we can summon Spirit Ashes. Beyond that, you know. Okay, 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 okay. Should we try Margit? I don't know how confident I feel about that. We probably should run around some more and pick stuff up. Trying to think of... Well, let's go to the tunnel. Get some more smithing stones. Bumping up my spirit seals. Finger seals probably got a good way to go. We could take on the dragon, but doesn't sound too great. Although the boss of this one, the troll, actually took me quite a few tries as well. For whatever reason, he was a real bitch. Not great. But yeah, so now when we kill stuff, we get the Codex entry. But if you use the Sign of the All-Knowing and mark them, and then kill them, you actually get entries for your book. Limited information, so it tells you that they're weak against magic, strong against slash, pierce, fire, lightning, and holy, affected by all status effects. And so now we have to get 33 kills to get the expanded entry and 66 kills to get the third expanded entry. And it also tells us their HP values, poise, runes, things like that. Their potential item drops. They have a 2% chance. Increase upon continued kills without a drop of pickaxes. That's interesting. They actually have a chance to drop... Wait a minute. Fucking smithing stone 8? 1% chance. Wow. That's wild. I do like that idea. I don't know if that's specifically because of the mod or not, but increased chance to drop, like, their weapon if you keep going without getting one. So I wouldn't say I care a whole lot about the Codex, and, like, we're actually going to fill it out or anything like that. But I do like that it's, like, if I'm trying to farm an enemy or something like that, it is nice to be able to mark them and then be able to see all the information about what they can drop, the drop rates, stuff like that, so you know what you're farming for exactly. Ooh. The poise. The poise. See, that doesn't bode well against the boss, by the way. Okay. Oh my. Because I used fucking fire on him, that's right. There you go. Well, now that we're draining all our flasks before the boss. The pickaxe. Oh, the explosion. Forgot. It is really actually not that important that we do kill the boss, though. He just gives us the roar medallion. But we'll give him a try. Oh, I didn't put my Ash of War on my bar. Okay, damage is not abysmal. The problem is going to be when we run out of FP. Fuck. Where that happens. Where that happens. Yep, more of that happens. It's alright. It's alright. We can bring out the tentacle. Tentacool. This jellyfish could possibly go wrong. A summoned spirit will normally deal limited damage and not be targeted by enemies. Repeated uses of the spirit ash will cause the spirit to enter a rage. This will increase their damage dealt, damage taken, as well as target priority for a limited time. So, yes, by default, jellyfish not going to do a whole lot of anything. Not even, like, tank a hit for us. It's going to do 9 damage. So let's try enraging it just to do that. Okay, it did 67 damage now. And fucking staggered him. Okay, I have to do this just to get FP. Limited time, yeah. though that was the biggest problem when I tried last time. He just stomped so much if you're under his feet. Which I can't blame him. I mean, why wouldn't he? Should we enrage again? There you go. Yeah, get him. Ow. Fuck you, dude. Alright, that was definitely easier. Probably because I used a Spirit Ash this time. That definitely helped. So is it a better Spirit Ash system? Kind of, I guess. I think we have to test it a little bit more. The problem is, well, you know, in the base game, outside of, like, a few exceptions, most Spirit Ashes are quite useless. So, I imagine that's probably what a big part of the balance run for them was about, was just going through and making more of them viable. I'm not going to say all of them, I doubt that, but more of them. Probably part of the issue is just there's so many of them. It's probably hard to make them all, like, unique and interesting. Hey, there's the Night Cavalry. Fight him. Got it. Yeah, there is a perfect attack window after you dodge. It's very nice. Yeah, okay. Fuck. Wow, it didn't fast forward to morning. It's wild. Wish I could summon the jellyfish here for this. That'll help. At least it's not raining. Fuck. We need some better fire spells. Also, a better shield would be nice. Fucker. should be. Oh, easy kill. Always enjoyable. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Yeah, hey guys. Just like to get some sacred tears, if nothing else. Yeah, I could level up.
Shall I turn your runes to strength? Let my hand rest upon you. For but a moment, share them with me. Your thoughts, your ambitions, the principles you would follow.
Alright, we're gonna go to that. And then, we're gonna buy one of the spells. Probably not the flamethrower. Just because I'd rather have more range stuff.
Hello? Is anybody there? Someone who might be interested in rescuing the great Kenneth Height.
Oh, I wonder if they changed anything with Kenneth Height.
Celebrated repudiator. Well, then, no. Despite you might have young tarnish. I want you to knight. What are you? My fault. Oh, I threaten a celebrate.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they're not going to change like his dialogue or anything, but never know. There might be some different rewards for helping him out. Could be. Everwar's cookbook. Making sleep pots. Golden Rune 2000 sitting here. What the hell? We got plenty of room. Nope. That wouldn't be good. I do like that these little rune pieces glow. That helps a lot, actually. They're not as hidden, I think, as some mod creators would make them. And then there's this one. Ugh. Come on. Yeah. 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 Awesome. Okay, let's head back to the round table. Ending this video by beating Mangg would be pretty good.
Ah, well then.
Okay, so we want
May
O-Flame.
the golden
Let's go and sell all our shit.
Well, I took you no matter. Lay out your own.
We may do that. Okay. Go ahead and do that. Yeah, I don't know what unlocks the Smithing Stone 1 purchase. I don't quite remember. It just happened at some point when I was playing. It's fine.
Ah, well then.
grab O Flame,
May the golden...
which I think is just an upgraded version of Catch Flame. O Flame. Got a nice amount of memory slots. Go to 26 faith. Never upgrade vigor ever. And then we're gonna go to here. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. Margit probably is gonna rock my ass. Skip that, because we know that's not anything. Ooh. Crowd O Flame before we go into the boss battle. Okay, okay. 311 on a charge. But it does consume quite a bit in FP, and it's not a ranged spell. Hard to say if we're really going to use it much. Yeah, the sorcery, one of the sorcery kind of starting generator spell is Glintstone Pebble, of course, which is quite good. Alright, let's do that. Let's start by just enraging them. And cook his ass. Jellyfish is hitting all the trees. Yeah, fuck. Oh my god, what am I doing? Rage again.
Run in thy veins.
Hit him. There you go. Oh yeah, he's got a new attack, by the way. Because he is fucking Morgott, yeah. Poison him? Oh, poisoned him. Fuck. Now you're not enraged anymore. Well, poison's nice. Unfortunately, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna fucking die. I'm going to fucking die. Damn. Not too bad. Too bad. Yeah, so obviously the jellyfish, not so hot. Not so hot. I mean, we don't have any alternatives. The only thing we could do is summon Rogier. But I don't think we need to do that. See, I should be perfect attacking that shit. Yeah, see. Much better if you can do the perfect attack. Oh, that's close.
Well, thou art of passing skill. Warrior blood must truly run in thy veins. Tarnished.
No, jellyfish. No, me. Don't you look at my jellyfish. Out of stamina, what am I doing? No, I'm out of skill. What am I doing? Oh, poison. Fucker. No, jellyfish! Oh my god, my timing's off.
Put these foolish ambitions
Yeah.
to rest.
That was sort of better, I guess. I think. Part of it is, you know, if I don't get the perfect deflect on a block, then I take chip damage. Part of the problem is my damage is not very good. And then part of the problem is I don't really know his moves all that well.
Well, thou art of passing skill. Warrior blood must truly run in thy veins. Tarnished.
No, not that. Fuck. Need to get another enraged. Fuck. I need to not die. fucking timing. We got this, though. Nice. Woo! But, yeah, I mean, so I used Spirit Ash, yes, but it was still pretty tricky, because you're kind of like balancing. I'm balancing FP sort of constantly, switching between the my little generator spell to bigger spells, the enrage timer on my Spirit Ash, which costs FP as well, and sort of generate enough so that I can enrage him again to give me some breathing room. I think that's all a really cool system, so I like that a lot.
Shall I turn? Let my hand share them with me.
And you don't quite get that system when you're just sword and board and just slashing away. So I think this is pretty sweet. But alright. So, yeah, I'm probably gonna grind a little bit more. Just like at the gate front for a little bit. Not do a whole lot. And then next time we'll go through Stormvale Castle and defeat Godric, which will be fun. I don't know what all spells they've added to the game. Yeah, I don't know what they've all added. But other stuff that we could grab just freely. Let's see here. Oh boy, there's a lot of incantations. If we kill a dragon, we could get dragon fire, but I think we have to have some arcane to use that. The Giant's Prayer Book, that's a ways off. Yeah, that's a ways off. I mean, like, we're doing a specific sort of subsection of incantation, so a lot of these are not available to us. But Magma Breath could be allowed, but we have to kill the Magma Worm, so that's a ways off. Gosh, is there no good, like, ranged fire shit that we can grab? Whirl o' Flame. Spiraling stream of fire that burns the area before the caster. Drops from a teardrop scarab on the road between Rotview Balcony and Calum Ruins. Is that accessible? That's in Caelid, so yes. We could go grab that next time. Just to give us some more options. Okay. Good stuff. Well, for now, my name is Mangg. This has been Elden Ring Reforged Fire Sauce Edition. And I'll see you fine folks in the next part.